Эй, всем привет! Сегодня мы поиграем в игру под названием GreedFall. Уже давно ее взял, но так еще руки до нее не доходили. Ладно, будем настраивать по... Так, выбор сложности. Путешествие по Waterstone, не отвлекаясь на развитие навыков улучшения снаряжения, почти не получает урона и быстро побеждает любых противников. Это я люблю такое. В этом режиме спутники сильны, а враги слабые и пассивные. Подходит игрокам, которые предпочитают уделять большее внимание истории, а не тактике и ремеслу. В этом режиме нужно как улучшать навыки и снаряжение, так и заниматься ремеслами и тщательно продумывать боевую тактику. Подходит игрокам, которые предпочитают сбалансированный уровень сложности. В этом режиме врагов больше, они ведут себя агрессивнее и наносят больше урона. Подходит игрокам, которые готовы тщательно изучать техники фехтования и продумывают развитие персонажа. И экстремально. В этом режиме сложности враги многочисленны, быстры и опасны. Большие трудности. Я вообще большие трудности не люблю, я бы вообще поиграл на исследовательском, но давай попробуем. Будет сложно, сменим. Наверное. А может и не сменим, может будем страдать. Вообще еще непонятно, что это за игрушка. Я ее давно взял, а так и не опробовал. Что если это какая-нибудь стратежка, то тогда у меня нет шансов. Вот, а если это что-нибудь...
Could you stand a little taller, just a tad?
Like this?
Yes, yes.
Он сказал, не могла бы.
Chin a tiny bit lower. Gaze a little more to the right. There. Now, hold the pose.
Ебать. Буду мужчина. Такая можно стрелками? О, стрелками удобнее. Нормально пойдет. Так, причесочку поменяем. Аля какая. Эй, грациас, грациас. Легонько бороду оставим. Пойдет. Хорош. Давай дальше. Навыки. Воин по ближнему бою. Инженер. Маг. Ну, я люблю магию. Что там рекомендуемые? Духовная сила, сила воли, таланты, наука, интуиция. Так, сила увеличивает урон, наносимый холодным оружием. Эта характеристика необходима, чтобы сражаться лучше тяжелым оружием. И двухручным оружием. Вот так. Угу. Оглушение плюс пробивание брони. Ловкость увеличивает урон, наносимый холодным оружием, ускоряет выработку ярости. Эта характеристика необходима, чтобы сражаться лучшим одноручным и двухручным оружием. Угу. Так. Духовная сила. Увеличивает урон, наносимый заклинаниями. Эта характеристика необходима, чтобы носить лучшие кольца. У меня сколько? Всего одно очко. А я могу? Да, сбросить. Ладно. Выносливость. Увеличивает запас. Магический урон, выработка ярости. Увеличивает запас здоровья, улучшает равновесие. Эта характеристика необходима, чтобы носить самую тяжелую броню. Меткость увеличивает урон, наносимый огнестрельным оружием и алхимическими препаратами. Эта характеристика необходима, чтобы стрелять из лучшего огнестрельного оружия. Сила воли увеличивает запас магии и длительность действия заклинания. Эта характеристика необходима, чтобы носить лучшие амулеты и ожерелья. Ну, начнем, наверное, с магии. Таланты. Харизма. Дешевле покупать товары у торговцев и улучшает боевые навыки спутника. Позволяет с большой вероятностью достичь успеха в некоторых вариантах диалога. Энергичность. Позволяет преодолевать некоторые препятствия, где требуется удерживать равновесие. Увеличивает максимальное количество боеприпасов. Позволяет медленно восстанавливать здоровье и магическую энергию вне боя. Так. Ремесло позволяет изготавливать простые улучшения оружия и брони. Наука позволяет делать простые зелья, позволяет разрушать хрупкие стены с помощью взрывчатки. Взламывать простые замки и облегчает обнаружение вражеских ловушек. Интуиция облегчает обнаружение мест с ресурсами, увеличит количество собираемых ресурсов и трофеев. Открывает дополнительные варианты в диалогах. Интересно. Угу. Да, создать.
Just a few more minutes. You have such an incredibly singular face. That's a compliment, my lord, out of my mouth. Your particularity gives you character.
You're still here?
We've nearly finished. Have you any more need of me, Master?
You haven't forgotten that we're setting sail today, have you?
Of course not.
Your cousin is nowhere to be found. I've searched the palace from cellars to attics. Your uncle is beside himself.
He was of a mind to paint the town last night. Don't worry, I shall track him down. Make care to your own preparations without wrinkling another frown. We'll meet you on the boat.
It's about time your cousin took account of the responsibilities awaiting him. He should go
Кому
and inform
интересно
the
такие?
ambassadors of Teleme and the Bridge Alliance of his departure.
Мы тоже,
Have
что
no
ли,
fear,
послы?
Master. I will go and see them in his name. I beg your pardon, but urgent matters call me away. Might we finish all this later?
Impossible, my lord. You are leaving with the tide, if what I've been told is correct.
I am sorry, sir. Truly, I must be going.
My lord, please, I beg you. Her Highness has personally requested I finish this.
Thank you, cousin, for getting me out of that.
Его личность сам попросил нарисовать наш портрет. Так, давай-ка я, наверное, добавлю свое. О, забыл. Видите? Вот так. Чуть-чуть. Берем. Наверное, даже вот так сделаем. По свету еще не отрегулировал, но уже Ну, как-то так пока что. Так. Блин. Все-таки как-то светловато. Тик-тик. Ить. Как-то все равно, да, светло? Во. Ну, не знаю. Вот. Так. Ну, пока сделаем так. Там, может, посмотрим. А если выключить? Я. Ладно. Пока посмотрим так. Ух. Нужно теперь к настройкам перейти. Чувствительность камеры намного меньше. Во. Мадемуазель.
I'm sorry. I'm afraid that I won't make for good company.
Не хочет с нами общаться. Ну ладно, что поделать. А есть какой-нибудь счетчик FPS? Потому что мне кажется немножко под... Вертикалка включена. Так. Сейчас посмотрим, поможет ли.
Hey! Green blood!
Kurt.
And so the day has finally come. My royal fledglings are leaving the nest.
Accompanied by their most loyal and tenacious master of arms.
As loyal as your goal.
Enough with the cold mercenary. I know you like us. Still hiding your men in the unsuspecting shadows of the greats of this world, I see.
Hey, our blades are the only thing keeping you dainties alive.
Ha! Kurt! I'm not in need of your protection. I'm no longer a child.
Is that so? Well, let's see. Fight with honor!
Ковать 3, да? Левый контрол, дополнительный атак. Опа. О! Да? Я не успеваю. Ярость. Ай, нельзя зажимать, нужно вовремя тыкать.
You defend yourself well, Greenblood. One might think you had a proper master of arms.
The best.
You already training for your new post of legate? Don't tire yourself. Flattery'll get you nowhere. But for the fight, you have remembered your basics. Your performance just got you out of a final lesson. Unless you want to go through the paces again before we depart.
Давай еще раз.
I would be up for that. A little last-minute training couldn't hurt.
In that case, Otto here is going to be your training partner. Go! Fight with honor!
Магию света и магию тени. Заклинание паралич позволяет временно обездвижить врагов. Угу. Техническая пауза. Да, что такое можно? Ебать тут. Ну и что ты? Пассивный кусок говна. А, типа. Я же уже использовал. Как магию восстанавливаю? Типа все обучение еще. Уровень физической брони обозначается щитами над шкалой здоровья. Броня поглощает часть физического урона. Чтобы пробить броню врага, можно воспользоваться тяжелым оружием или некоторыми ловушками. Магические атаки действуют вне зависимости от брони. Побеждайте врагов с высоким показателем брони, применяя магию. Да, бля, не тоже. Так, отъебись по-братски. А, ты все, что ли, обиделась? Все, хватит. Хватит. Успокойся, блядь. Ебать, мне ебальничек чуть не набили. Ярость. Это параметр, позволяющий совершать особые атаки, наносящие увеличенный урон или заставляющий врагов терять равновесие. Индикатор указывает уровень накопления ярости. Он заполняется, когда вы атакуете врагов, произносите заклинания и блокируете удары. Когда индикатор заполнится до 1 уровня, руки персонажа станут выглядеть иначе. Для совершения ярости нажмите Q. Да ё-моё, как непривычно, что у ворот это shift, а не...
appears we've brushed up on the basics.
It does, and I'd like to be on my way. I've quite the list of things to do before we depart.
Indeed. Remember that you can always train in our barracks on the island if you're feeling rusty.
Are your bags packed for the great departure?
Yes, you know I get by with very little. You're not angry that I'm coming with you, I hope.
Ну ладно, чё едь.
On the contrary, I'm thrilled that both you and Sir de Corsilion are joining our party. A few friends at your side in unknown territory is a boon.
Ah, so the old goat is coming too. And there I was thinking I would die of boredom on the trip. By the way, where is our future governor hiding?
Говнайден,
Put
что,
his
блядь?
skills to the test as well.
I have no idea. He had plans to celebrate his departure last night, and we haven't seen him since. You know Constantine. I should have gone with him, but my heart wasn't in the mood for celebration. The thought of bidding my mother farewell.
It is never easy to say goodbye. But you should be going to see her now. She must be waiting for you. I'll meet you in front of the palace. Then we'll go and find Constantine together.
Very well. I'll meet you as soon as I've said my goodbyes.
Ну, почему-то у меня такое ощущение, что меня прям и засвечивает очень сильно. Ну потом как-нибудь порегулирую, попробую. Так. Прощаться с матерью. Бать, умный доктор.
What is this? Have you not been taught to knock? I've asked 1,000 times. Oh, it's you, my dear child.
Чить.
I'm sorry. I'm having trouble getting used to your condition.
Come now, let's speak of more pleasant things. I'm so very happy to hear your voice. You remind me so much of your father. I do miss him so. Today is the big day, isn't it? Ready to set sail for that island everyone's talking about.
Yes, but the idea of leaving you behind, alone and ill...
Dying, my child. Alas, there is nothing you can do by staying that would ease my suffering. One thing brings me cheer. They say the island is full of miracles, and we might find a cure.
Even if I were to find it, I would never be able to return in time to...
I know. But it brings me comfort to know my son has left on a mission to heal his people. Come now. It is time for you to take leave. Here, take this with you.
What is it?
A family heirloom. Something that... Take it and keep it with you. May it bring you good luck. All my blessings go with you, my child. Now, be off.
Опа. И где это я?
Kurt? It's done.
Sorry, Greenblood. Look, we can see the masts of the ship that'll be taking us. This is one sacred adventure we're embarking on.
I hope this island will keep its promises.
In order to know that, we'll need to find Constantine first.
You're right. Maybe he's already at the port. He was so eager to leave.
This will be quite the chore to finish before our departure. The commander wants to recover some merchandise from our supplier.
А чё он
The
сзади там
transporter
надрачивает?
doesn't want to deliver. I did all I could to persuade. Nothing came of it. All the parliamenting fatigues me. But this is your domain. I wouldn't say no to a little help.
Of course. Where is the supplier?
In the lower boroughs, near the port.
Right then. We'll put it on our list of visits.
Ля пристроился к ней, смотри. В группе 0 из 1. Курт. Курт умело сражается в ближнем бою, может носить тяжелую броню. Отношение подозрительность. Фракция монетная. Это мое? Походу, да. Параметры. Ладно, чё, погнали. Принять, подтвердить и выйти. Что, ты теперь со мной будешь ходить?
Where would you like to begin?
I've been asked to pay visits to the ambassadors of Thélème and the Bridge Alliance before our departure. Their dwellings are not far from here. We could go there first.
Very well. Do you think Constantine will be waiting for us next to the ship?
I don't know, but it's certainly worthy of inspection.
Мне показалось, или сундук был? Все это метров 47. А чё это они? Чума, что ли, опять? В городе.
Your Excellency.
Lord de Sade, I have been told that you were named legate. Congratulations. Those are great responsibilities for someone as young as yourself. But you will bring honor upon your family and the congregation. Of that I'm certain.
I thank you, Excellency. I've come here to inform you of our departure for Tiefredi. My cousin Constantine is about to take up office as governor of New Serene, and I'm accompanying him.
I had no idea you would be leaving so quickly. What a shame. I had thought... Well, then, that is a pity. Have a pleasant voyage. A brilliant future awaits you. They say that it is a marvelous island. Please convey to your cousin my congratulations and sincere wishes for success.
You seem slightly hesitant. Please, tell me what troubles you.
A rather unscrupulous individual has been sowing trouble in Serene. A charlatan passing himself off as an alchemist.
Do people actually give credence to these lies?
Alas, yes. They snatch up his celebrated panacea. Remedies worse than the ill, believe me. As you can well imagine, alchemists are our pride. This vulgar trickster casts dirt upon their reputation and our own at the same time. In any city of the Bridge Alliance, we would have arrested him. But here, we respect your laws.
I shall see what I can do, but make no promises. My departure is imminent.
I thank you, Excellency. And I am pleased to see you have taken so well to your new functions of diplomacy. The man operates in the city center. He is said to be clever and mean. Be careful.
Спросить.
Would you be so
Альянсе.
kind as to tell me what you know about the Bridge Alliance?
With pleasure. A legate needs to know the history and strengths of his allies. The alliance was sealed by several nations of the Bridge around 200 years ago. The greatest of our cities, Al-Sad, became the capital, and a council formed from the different nations now rules. This union was originally put into place to better resist the appetites for conquering our neighbors, but our ancestors quickly realized that the union had also strengthened us economically and culturally. And of course, exchanges in knowledge were strongly encouraged from the outset. Today, it is by no means an overstatement to claim that the Bridge Alliance leads our world in science and exploration. Each day, we push the limits of our understanding further in each and every domain.
Could you give me your understanding of the relations between the congregation and the bridge?
Our relations hang essentially on the quality of our trade and commerce. The exchanges are very profitable, especially on the cultural front. I will not hide from you that we have hoped you would join our number for quite some time. But your princes insist on maintaining a neutral stance between the congregation and the other nations on the continent. It is by all means a respectable position, even if it means you also trade with our enemies.
The Bridge Alliance has been on Tier-Fredi for much longer than we have. What can you tell me?
It is true that we founded Hikmet, our newest city, around 15 years ago now. Alas, I haven't been able to go there myself. I can only tell you what others have reported to me. It is a luxurious island. An enormous dead volcano thrones in its center. The vegetation is extremely varied, and the fauna wondrous. We discovered animals that we had never ever seen before. Some are bigger than houses.
Нихера себе.
But they're not the only occupants of the island. A savage and crude people also live there, who speak an incomprehensible language. But you shall discover all of this for yourself soon enough.
And what of your war with Ptolemy?
It has been dragging on. In fact, it has been dragging on for years. It is madness. If those bigots hadn't gotten it in their heads to convert the entire continent, we wouldn't be in this situation. But that's the way of the world. We shall not waver, whether here or on Tier-Fredi.
Have you been fighting battles there as well?
From what I've been told, Ptolemy has wisely and tastefully built their colony far from our city. Direct conflicts are in fact quite rare. But one day they will inevitably take place.
Ладно, чё.
I need to be going. Goodbye, Excellency.
Goodbye, Lord de Sade.
Lord Desarde.
I wish you a good day, Your Excellency.
А где этот доп-квест? Дневник. Доп-задание. Показать на карте. Слушай, а карта довольно-таки удобная. Это все доп задание, да? Да, наверное, по основному не пойдем, пройдемся немножко это. Под оп-квестом.
The merchant is there.
Good day, good sir. How might I be of
У него
service?
то же самое болезнь,
You can
смотри.
start by explaining to me why you refuse to honor the orders agreed upon with the guard.
There's been a misunderstanding, sir. Of course we're ready to honor the orders. In fact, I've already had a word with your master-at-arms.
They're asking that we pay again, despite having already paid.
It's just that the price has gone up since. I've nothing to do with it.
Это не
This
бьет.
is inadmissible.
Если
If you
договорились
agree
о сумме,
on a
да,
sum, you need to honor that
все
agreement.
верно.
I'm sorry, sir. I'm just an agent. And I'm only obeying orders.
Your master has apparently asked you to demand a second payment for this merchandise.
That's right. He told me that their attendant seemed to be hiding something when he passed the order. And so he must have thought the guard would end up paying in the end, whatever he asked for.
I'll be damned. And I'm the one they've sent to settle the affair.
Sorry, Captain, it's nothing personal. I'm only following orders.
Following orders. Yeah, we hear you. Makes one wonder which one of the two of us is a coin guard.
Why don't we go and solicit other suppliers, Kurt?
When we've already paid for the merchandise.
Так пусть вернут
If these
деньги.
thieves agreed to reimburse the original payment, it's what
Ну
we'll do
да.
immediately. And do know, in the future, we won't be shopping with them. Well, I should think not.
This whole story sounds suspicious and stinks of a scandal. You're demanding a second payment but refuse to reimburse the one that
Вот
was
это
already
да,
made.
странная херня.
I'm not the one demanding nor refusing. It's my master.
This stubborn fool is pushing me to madness. You understand now why I'm asking for your help?
I don't think you understand who you're dealing with. Perhaps I failed to present myself properly. Lord de Sardet, nephew of the Prince d'Orsay and legate of the Congregation of Merchants. During our conversation, you explained to me that your master forced you to commit a crime. That's regrettable, especially as you will be considered his accomplice in extortion, theft. You know as well as I that the congregation does not tolerate such illegal activities.
Интересно, прокатит
But I'm
50%.
only obeying orders.
That is a shame. Well, as orders are the only language you seem to understand, I order you to return the guard the merchandise, without delay. Unless you'd rather your master is hung and that you finish your days in prison.
I beg your pardon, sir, but you are not my master. Moreover, the attendant of the guard was quite specific, saying this affair should be handled with extreme discretion.
Сука.
So I seriously doubt that you'll be wanting to drag us in front of a judge. That would stir up the muck.
Whatever is he talking about, Kurt?
Your guess is as good as mine.
I'm certain we can come to an unofficial arrangement. You are clearly the apprentice of a demanding master who expects you to follow orders without raising a brow. Life in your shoes can't be easy. Perhaps we could help you take the weight off your feet.
And what would I have to do in exchange? If I give you the merchandise, my master will still demand the price you're supposed to pay me.
Not if you were robbed. By pure chance. I mean, it could happen to anyone. What if the guards leave a little extra bonus in your pocket as you look away? And while you're making yourself busy elsewhere, some of my men break in and collect.
Ебать,
the
красава.
merchandise. You'll just have to make a devastated, the dastardly boldness of them face in front of your master, and we're done.
And the bonus will be how much?
Well, you won't be retiring with it.
Oh. All right. Done. I'm with you. As soon as I've received my bonus, my eyes will grow weary-like.
Not just yet. You'll get your bonus afterwards. The guard has already been taken once by your promises.
Well, you can't hold it against me for trying. Very well. Call for your men to come.
You're certainly honoring your new title. Bravo! The quartermaster must be expecting us.
Don't you worry now. You'll get your merchandise.
Интересно, есть быстрое сохранение? F5. Уф. Хорошо. Это я такое люблю. Особенно пользоваться перезагрузкой, если что-то не пошло. Да кто? Что за крыса меня убила?
To my help! And
Да блять.
and death to the others!
А, вон она какая. Ясно. Все, понял, кто меня прибил. Охереть, там 2-3 выстрела. Стелс.
To my help! And death to the others! You're running out of energy. Drink a potion. To my help! And death to the others!
Дурак, что ли? Пойди погуляем.
To get dicey!
Кто это такие, блядь? Мани, мани, мани. Все забираю, вообще похуй.
Citizens of Serene, come to me.
Здорово, блядь.
Citizens, I present to you
Лекарство от всех болезней, да?
the
Ясно.
absolute cure of everything. Toothache, stomach ailment, and even an open wound. This potion heals all of that. And more still. This little phial is the product of years of research and intensive labor. I hear you asking if this remedy can heal one from the Malicor.
Малихор это типа вот эта вот херня, которую они.
But your question is legitimate. I am so close to finding the cure. But the Malicor isn't the only ailment causing you to suffer. Not true? Then don't miss out on this chance and give yourself a healthy and energized life. Rejoice! A phial only costs a few coins, and well worth it to make your life shiny and new again.
Does it really heal everything, your potion?
Everything.
Сказали же не все,
Absolutely
кроме
everything.
Малихона, да.
Except the Malicor, of course. That being said, it is known that those in top health resist the Malicor best of all. Then don't throw away this chance. Think of all the pains that this potion could help you avoid.
You are right. It's a deal. I'm gonna take two.
There's a man that knows a good deal when he sees one. Hurry now. There won't be enough for everyone.
There he is. He's our man, no doubt.
His speech is well polished. I even feel like buying some.
And if we had a word with him, I wonder if he'll serve us the same routine.
Ah, you're finally tempted.
In all honesty, I haven't made up my mind yet. I want to be certain that I'm not dealing with a charlatan.
In this day and age, I can't blame you. What might I do to convince you?
Так. О, так получше.
Are there any nasty side effects with this remedy of yours?
There are none. you will feel nothing but an intense sense of well-being.
Will you drink one of your potions to prove your good faith?
Of course. I take a little sip every morning. But as I'm in perfect health, you won't be able to verify the improvement in my condition. But if it helps you make up your mind, give me just a moment. There now. As you see, I am still in excellent condition.
Come on now, I saw you take that vial out of your pocket. Nothing proves that it's the same potion that you sell to your clients.
As a man of science, I consider skepticism a remarkable quality. But in your case, it is not skepticism, but blindness.
We need to steal one of these potions and force him to drink it.
Brilliant idea, Kurt. Let's take a look at his cart.
Have you finally made up your mind?
I will think about it.
As you wish, but don't.
Ебать ему хорошо. Блять, кнопки путаю. На них описаны результаты опытов и осмотра пациентов. Встречаются непонятные символы, сложность некоторых рецептов не оставляет сомнений. Автор этих записей был очень хорошим алхимиком. Это старый алхимик из Альянса, который снял комнату наверху. Просит не заходить к нему и не делать уборку. Наверное, старый дурак боится, что разобьет его склянки. Пусть сидит в грязи, если хочет, не будем ему мешать. Эй, не надо, пожалуйста. Да, ну кто знал, что вы тут... Не надо! Фу, меня. Бля, ну кто знал, что в этой повозке есть охрана? О, тайничок. Стелс. Это прям вообще наше, да? Мне тоже очень нравится.
Have you finally made up your mind?
I happen to have a vial of your medicine. Would you be willing to drink it in front of us? To prove that there is no risk?
This bullying is trying my patience. I'm beginning to suspect that you might be working for a rival.
You refuse to taste it?
You might have put something in it to cause me harm or further disgrace.
No, look. The vial is still sealed. It comes straight from your stock.
And you dare challenge me when you have just admitted to being a thief?
Come now. You can see for yourself that I'm gladly returning your vial, so that you might drink it in front of witnesses. This might help to dissipate my doubts, as well as those of these brave folk.
Yes, no, you don't have the right.
Damnation. He got away. He can't have gone far.
Find him before his head ends up on a spike.
Think back to the note that we found. We need to take a look at the tavern. He won't leave the city without his belongings.
Я уже слышу, как он там копается. А, это вы копались, пацаны? Ну ладно. Показалось.
Good day, tavern keeper.
Good day to you. What is your pleasure?
Бухло.
How is business going these days?
It's picking up. We've not seen many new customers, but of late things are looking better. The Malicor and the neighbouring wars have dampened commerce. The epidemic still rages, but the possibility of finding a cure on that island has given people something to hope for. Now that we have a city there, quite a few seafarers come by to spend their wages.
Малихора, что
Has
это?
the
Типа
Malachor really
слепота?
put a damper on your business?
More than a damper. They were soaked. When the sickness began to spread, a wave of panic followed in its wake. People were going out of their homes. They were afraid. I was close to closing shop, I tell you. And then, thankfully, the alchemists of the bridge said that you couldn't just catch it like that. People are still distrustful, as is their nature, but they are leaving home again. It's a start. I also lost quite a few regular customers. Dead or too scared to venture back. Oh, but that's nothing new to you. The city would have sunk in the water if not for trade with the new isle.
With all these sailors coming and going, you must have heard some stories about Tirfredi.
Right. Even stories that my heaviest drinkers would have trouble believing. They say that man-trees live there. Dragons and gigantic creatures. Treasure abounds under every rock. And the source of eternal life is hidden somewhere there.
Ну да, слухи не
Last
такие.
night, some Nauts even told me they brought back one of those giant beasts into the port. Ah, but you know the kind. If you ask my opinion, the drink was fueling their imaginations.
Так, а где, блядь,
I need to be off. Farewell.
Goodbye.
над ним висело, типа, поговорить? Что там светится? Я как человек не жадный, заберу все. Точнее, не гордый, так сказать. Что, дурачок, открывай хату, блядь. Да дуба.
You again? What are you doing in my room?
А ты в
I'm not
тюрягу
the
идешь?
only one that has found you. Have you seen the mob that is gathering in the street?
I'm neither deaf nor blind. By the spheres. Why didn't I leave the city while there was still time?
The Alliance ambassador is quite unsettled by your commerce, and he is the one who sent me.
Sahin. Him again. Ruining my career wasn't enough for him. He's the very reason I had to leave the Alliance. And here I am, playing the part of the potion maker. Me, who was once a respected member of the Academy of Al-Sad.
Dr. Sahin warned me that you were an imposter.
That doesn't surprise me, coming from him. I was a master alchemist. I understand if you don't believe me after all that, but I have a number of documents to prove it. I would still be one if Sahin hadn't set off a chain of machinations to disgrace me.
Why does Sahin bear you such hatred?
I wasn't fortunate enough to oppose certain great minds of the Academy. To criticize their methodology. I saw them inflicting torture on sick prisoners, making them drink the most vile poisons. To find a remedy to the Malachor, they won't hesitate to kill. I could not keep my silence.
It is for an act of courage that you fell from grace and earned Sahin's hatred. Are you not ashamed to have poisoned those poor souls?
These potions are not harmful. That is to say that they don't contain any harmful ingredients.
But you could just as easily produce real healing potions. So why don't you?
You don't understand. I fled, but I haven't put a stop to my own research. This potion is an attempt to create in those who drink it a resistance to the Malachor.
So you manipulate people to use as experimental fodder? That is completely
I don't have a choice. But it does not harm them, I assure you.
If this potion were inoffensive, then why wouldn't you drink it when I offered it to you?
I ran tests on myself for such a long time that I ended up becoming intolerant to it. A small sip of this mixture provokes in me now a violent reaction. I mean, the mob would have been furious in any case, but a normal dose, I assure you,
Подозрительным.
at risk.
Пиздеж какой-то.
Your methods don't seem so different than those of your colleagues.
I don't torture people. And this potion only has side effects in high doses.
Perhaps, but you're hurting innocents. I cannot let your commerce continue.
So, what are you going to do with me, sir?
Блять. По факту его бы арестовать.
I'm going to help you leave the
Ладно,
city,
едь
but you
нахуй.
must promise never to return.
I swear it.
Very well then. I need to first get you away from those who want to see you hanged.
If we can't find a way to sneak out of here discreetly, we will have to confront the populace.
I haven't lost hope that I'll be able to help them hear reason.
It would be better if I remain hidden while waiting.
Дорогой Ариф, я опечален тем, что ваши надежды на покой в Сирене не оправдались. После вашего отъезда Академия оказалась в удручающем состоянии. Ваши обвинители ведут себя так, словно закон для них не существует, и постоянно проводят сомнительные опыты. Мы ничем не можем сделать, лишь молчать и ждать. Искренне надеюсь, что ваши поиски увенчаются успехом. Ваш друг. Ну все, теперь у меня хотя бы меньше... претензий к нему, что...
So, did you find a way to get me out of this hornet's nest?
No, not yet. I've taken a long look at the situation. Better not to have any...
То есть он и правда, ну, не такой конченый, как представлен.
The servants the lock's double bolted.
Lock. The key to the tavern.
Let's go and find the alchemist. We need to get him out of here as fast as we can.
Я уже думал, что, блядь, это выбор был, типа, короче, спасти его или взять награду. Думал, еще перезагружаться буду. Ну ладно, хорошо, что ключ подошел несколько раз.
So, did you find a way to get me out of this hornet's nest?
Yes, I need to get you out of here. I've unlocked the service entrance. You will be able to sneak out of there discreetly.
Without being skinned alive by the mob?
You need to remain prudent. I will escort you to your car.
I follow you.
Let's sneak out the back.
I hope we don't run into any unhappy...
Хапип. Подожди, не, я хочу перезагрузиться. F8? Да. Хочу поговорить с толпой. Мне интересно просто, хватит ли мне... Не зря сохранился.
The servants the lock's double bolted.
The key to the tavern.
Ебать, они появились из ниоткуда, я аж немножко перетрункал. Ладно, пойдем поговорим с толпой.
Please listen, I beg you.
If you want him to reimburse you, get in the back of the line like everyone else.
Believe me, I understand why you're angry.
Me? It's not money I want. That charlatan tried to poison us. I couldn't give a flying pile of dung for your pretty words. We're gonna hang him high. And you too, if you're an accomplice.
How absurd! I'm the one who put an end to his operation.
Well, in that case, help us catch him so he can be punished like he deserves.
He's trapped. He'll have to come out someday, you'll see.
And so you plan on waiting here? I do not advise that. All of you drank one of those potions, am I right?
You're right, we did. Tasted of death. I did nothing for me ulcer.
As for me, I only drank a few drops. And my tooth is aching more than ever.
Alas, you need only drink a mere drop for it to provoke paralysis.
Paralysis?
A terrible side effect. The symptoms appear sooner or later. No one is spared from them.
What? Are we doomed then?
Everyone. Except, of course, those going to see a doctor to receive the antidote.
What are we gonna do? The doctor costs a fortune. We're all gonna end up like statues.
Listen to me, everyone. I know a good doctor that will help us. Come on, follow me!
That charlatan will just have to wait to get what's coming to him.
The alchemist is now far from danger, at least.
Go and tell him the good news.
Угу.
So, did you find a way to get me out of this hornet's nest?
I persuaded the mob to disperse calmly and without a fight. The way is free.
Very well. What power of persuasion? They didn't seem of a mind to hear reason from me.
You are free. Climb into your carriage and leave Serene immediately. Let me deal with Dr. Sahin.
I owe you my life, sir. I will be eternally in your debt.
I remind you to never step foot here again.
I have no desire to return anyway. Farewell.
Он все равно немножко подозрительный. Не знаю. Но мы сами добежим до посольства. Альберт, надеюсь, когда ты вернешься из Альсада, тебе передадут это письмо, если, конечно, еще кто-то останется в живых. Я уже почти ничего не вижу и пишу с большим трудом. Прости, сынок, твое наследство будет небольшим. Мародеры уже наверняка разгромили нашу книжную лавку. Надеюсь, спрятанная в доме шкатулка они не нашли. Береги себя, сынок. И если найдешь деньги, беги на этот чудный, чудесный остров, на котором, говорят, нет ни болезни, ни горя. Твой любящий отец. Книжная лавка. И там шкатулка. Я, конечно, не мародер. Кто такой? Да, я в казарму
Sir
пришел.
Desade, I presume. It is an honor to make your acquaintance. Captain, you set sail soon. Have you seen to our little business?
Что за поручение?
Yes, we were finally able to recover your
Груз.
merchandise.
Все.
Excellent news. I'm afraid, though, that your mission isn't completely finished, Kurt.
Blast me, I'm a captain, not an errand boy.
The commander was quite explicit.
Very well. What do I need to do?
The merchandise that you obtained needs to be sent to Tier 4D as soon as possible. But the Port Authority formalities for shipping take an eternity to wade through. And we've already lost quite a bit of time with this dishonest merchant.
Are you blatantly asking us to smuggle this merchandise and contraband?
I would never ask you to do such a thing, Your Excellency.
Ah, but you don't mind asking that of Kurt?
Well, now, if he finds an alternative solution that is less illegal, that would be fine. The method matters not. But this cargo must reach the Isle on the next ship.
Marvelous.
Well then, I await your return with utmost impatience. I'm certain you shall do what's required.
Для крысы.
You'll find all you need in our selection. Whatever you need to be the talk of all Serene. Welcome. It's such a pleasure to see you again. Have you seen anything to your liking? What might I help you with? Thank you for your visit. See you
Не знаю, что это за...
Welcome. It's such a pleasure to see. Have you seen anything? Thank you for your visit. See you soon.
за предметы для заданий. Для какого задания? Ну, я, допустим, взял. Не понял прикола, я же уже выполнил этот квест. Ладно, вернуться к послу надо. Ну, вот это вот мне не нравится, что квест вот так показывает. А как нить можно? Шарлатан, но... Во! Все. Все, теперь нормально. Опа-на. Монетки. И зелье здоровья. Слушай, давай-ка я зелье здоровья. Зелье здоровья привязать на 0. Пригодится. Рано или поздно.
Your Excellency.
Lord de Sade.
Так, поговорите о
I tracked
шарлатане.
down your man near the coin guard barracks.
Finally. Did you capture him?
Let's just say I put an end to his activities. His reputation in Serene is forever tarnished. Matters turned out a little more complicated than anticipated. He managed to slip through our fingers.
Once again. That man is part eel.
We followed his trail to the Coin Guard Tavern, but he had already escaped. All the same, you have nothing to fear. He will never step foot in Serene again.
We'll eventually catch up with him and deliver the punishment that his crimes deserve. Governor Burhan will be happy to learn that such an amiable legate will soon cross the shores of Tir Fredi. Thank you for your help, Excellency, and allow me to offer you this modest gift for your voyage.
Слушай,
I need to be
немножко...
going. Goodbye, Excellency.
Goodbye, Lord de Sade.
Подожди, перезагружусь. Мне не нравится, что по варианту сказать правду. Или там было неправда, может, я плохо прочитал. Я хочу спросить у него, какого хрена он ничего не сказал про что это алхимик, там вся фигня.
Lord de Sade.
I tracked down your man near the... Finally. Let's just say I put... Matters turned out...
Сказать правду об алхимии. А, скрыть, бля. Хорошо, подожди.
Why should I deliver him to you? You deliberately hid the truth about him from me.
What? Might I remind you that you're in audience with the ambassador of the Bridge Alliance?
And you to a legate of the Congregation of Merchants, that you treat like an imbecile. This man is indeed an alchemist of the Bridge, and he told me much about your disagreement of opinion.
And of course you sided with him.
Certainly not. I have no part to play in your quarrels. I just chased him from our city. Now, if you're still intent on placing him in irons, you need to capture him on your own lands.
How embarrassing. I should have shown more honesty in your regard. Please accept my excuses. And this modest gift for the voyage that
Ладно, ладно.
I need to be going. Goodbye, Excellency.
Goodbye, Lord de Sade.
Не будем портить репутацию, пацаны. Лучше не допиздеть, чем, блядь, пиздануть лишнего. С одной стороны, нам ничего не даст то, что мы отношения портим, права тут качаем, типа это. Лучше, блядь, знаешь, это сказать так, типа, да, пацаны, так получилось.
He managed to slip through our once again. We followed his... All the same, you have nothing...
Governor Burhan will be happy to learn. Thank you for your help, Excellency.
I need to be going. Goodbye, Excellency.
Goodbye, Lord de Sade.
Вот, а так он типа злой будет еще выебистый. Чё встали, блядь? На проходной. Так. Очко. Ага. Хуя, блядь. На 4-м уровне, на этом. Кольцо неофита. Как переключаться? Так. Доставить груз. Погнали, схвалим груз.
But I still don't see Constantine at your side. I hope he hasn't been the victim of any foul play.
Don't worry. We'll find him in time for departure.
I certainly hope so. Would you be in need of my help in any way?
What will be your official title on Tier 4D? Or are you just here to keep an eye on us?
Come now, don't be ridiculous. I'm coming in the capacity of official advisor, nothing more. But His Highness has also asked me to report to him on certain strategic observations. I am therefore required to take note of all events, chart the island and its resources, but also obtain as much knowledge as possible concerning the more dangerous creatures of the island. Your help will be extremely valuable to me. I've no longer the legs of an adventurer.
It's always a privilege to help, Master. I need to be leaving. I have quite a few things to do before we raise anchor.
Территория других государств. Эта территория принадлежит другой фракции. Доступ сюда для вас закрыт. Чтобы не вызвать подозрений, наденьте куртку или кирасу фракции какой-то там. Если меня обнаружат, ваша репутация будет ухудшена. Как вы поняли, что это другая фракция, блять? Я вот лично ни хера не понял, как это просматривается. Где здесь написано, что это, блядь, наша фракция? Уже второй сундук. Дура, блять, появилась справа. Как посмотреть вообще репутацию? Подожди. Тап, Q, И. Карта, дневник мира, кодекс. А где репутация? О! Подозрительность. Ко мне все подозрительно относятся. Было бы за что. Да, пацаны? Хуйня какая-то. Я так все-таки и не понял, как понять, что это чужая территория. Смотрит на меня. Дурак, ты зачем встал-то? Да в пизду вас. Пацаны, меня нету, я ушел. Там еще и 2 сундука закрыты, еще, короче. Еще и пацаны какие-то глазастые. Мне вот этот палит по-любому.
Lively there, lads and lasses! I promised the merchants and their prince we'd be off before the tide. You, man, carry that properly. That porcelain is worth more than your life. There are some children we'd be best to refuse.
Captain Vasco.
And you are?
I'm de Sardet, the prince's nephew. If all is in order, we will soon be embarking on your boat.
It's a ship, not a boat.
Apologies.
Apologies for my asking, but the young governor isn't with you.
He didn't come home this morning. I need to find him before departure.
I hope nothing's happened to him or he hasn't changed his mind. The tide does not wait.
Perhaps he simply celebrated his imminent departure with a little too much enthusiasm. Is everything ready?
We're short a crew member. The cabin boy is missing. But have no fear, we will leave without him if he does not present himself before the tide.
Is he an important member of the crew?
We don't need him for sailing or navigation. He's only a cabin boy.
He must have simply had a bit too much to drink in celebrating his departure. Like another I know.
I doubt that. Jonas was never one to fancy drink. And it's been 2 days since last he was seen. No, I fear something bad has happened to him. Might I ask you, if you hear anything, could you report it to me? I would like to set sail with a clear mind.
When did you see your cabin boy for the last time?
It's been 2 days since I've had any news at all. It wasn't out of the ordinary until this morning. My men have free shore leave when we're at dock. But the day of departure, every able-bodied sailor must be present on the ship.
Does the boy know anyone in Serene?
Other than fellow Nords, you mean? I don't think so, but it's difficult to be sure.
This Jonas, does he have any close friends amongst the crew?
In tradition, we are all members of the same family. But yes, there would be Flavio and Laura.
Might I have a word with them?
As you wish. You'll find them over there, in port.
You haven't heard anything about my cousin by chance, have you? To be honest, we were hoping to find him here.
Did you say he was intending on celebrating his departure? My men spoke of a rather animated party that went down at the Coin Tavern, but I haven't heard anything else.
That isn't the safest place in the city. I hope nothing has happened to him.
Let's go find him. Thank you, Captain.
Happy to be of some help.
I have a favor to ask before we leave.
I'm all ears.
We would like to load some merchandise into your ship's hold.
Impossible. You're too late for that. All merchandise must be registered at the Port Authority, and the formalities are long. So, unless you're asking me to turn smuggler and hide contraband on my vessel.
I wouldn't go that far. We're only talking about a few crates after all.
Well then, they'll have to wait. The next ship for New Serene leaves in a month.
Hellfire. If that shipment doesn't leave today, the commander will have my hide.
Captain, I understand your position, but isn't there some way we can get these crates on board?
I doubt it. Even if I wanted to help you, my quartermaster is a half-crazed bridge troll. He's gotten into his head that a gang of ruffians want to use my ship to pass contraband over to Tirfredi. He's placed guards where our cargo is being held before being loaded. All that is not in the warehouse and noted on the manifest will be left on the docks. Sorry, but your crates are gonna have to wait until the next ship sets sail.
Sorry, Kurd. At least we tried.
The commander is gonna have my head. I'm sure that's what he wanted in giving me this impossible task.
In that case, we're going to have to dock to the manifest ourselves. It must be at the Harbour Master's office. Could you tell me a little about your guild?
We are masters of the oceans. Our ships can sail where no others dare.
Thanks to your magic, so I've heard. How do you become a Nord?
Our magic, yes, that only the Nords master. As for your question, any child born on one of our ships is seaborn. He is a Nord from birth. Others are sea-gifted, joining the Nords for different reasons, often from a young age. It's how the guild is made and maintains its numbers.
Could you tell me anything about our destination? The island of Tirfredi?
It is a magnificent place. Wild. Spared from your wars and your mines, for now. The natives have a relationship with their land, and consider it sacred. They're a very friendly people, welcoming, that will appear to you strangely familiar. I've also heard that there are a great many exotic creatures, some enormous, but I wouldn't know what else to tell you. I've never strayed far from the ports.
What do you think of our port?
Are you referring to this one? It is the biggest high seas port on the continent. Thanks to your prince, even though it remains part of your city, it holds a particular status for us Nords. Certain zones are owned completely by us, and maritime law holds office. It's a good port. Were it not for the Malachor, it would be a pleasant place to dock.
Да, болезни не такие.
Be back soon, Captain.
Так, у нас две цели. Юнга. И товар.
Good day, sailor. I've been told that you know the missing cabin boy well. Is that right?
You're talking about Jonas? You bet your stars I know him. But like I've been crying to the 9 deaf winds, he didn't go missing, he was taken.
What do you think about Captain Vasco?
He's a just man who knows his knots. He's well appreciated by the crew. It's a pity that he hasn't much heart for lass now and again. Always seems unhappy, our captain.
Were you a witness to the event?
Yes, I was. Even though I'd had a few tumblers in the belly, I hadn't yet lost my head. The other day, in the tavern, I saw him talking to a well-dressed man, surrounded by some other sly ruffians. And then when we left, him and I, Flavia left a little earlier, you understand. Well, those brutes were there, waiting for him. They just up and took him like that. Grabbed his arms and poof. Gone. Vanished.
Why didn't you intervene?
Охренеть.
I tried to, believe me. But my legs betrayed me. Wavering they were. And I fell into the gutter.
Did you report this to the captain?
Unfortunately not. I know all too well what weight my words carry. Even Flavia treated me like a drunken fool. And the captain? No, not telling him that. I still have some pride left. You get me?
Did Jonas seem troubled to you the night he disappeared?
Maybe. For sure he wasn't his usual self.
Do you know what was on his mind?
No. No idea.
Может, он бабла задолжал?
Why would anyone want to snatch a mere cabin boy?
How would I know? Jonas is a gentle boy who keeps his head down. You think my story is nothing but mist too, don't you?
It's
Да
just that I
нет.
can't imagine a gang of thugs hoping to get a ransom for a cabin boy. Did anyone else see the kidnapping?
There was still a small crowd in the tavern. But outside, I seem to recall that regular being there. We play cards with him from time to time. Kind of fellow who plays from morning to night time to be that skilled. But now and again he comes out. When nature calls, you know. I kind of remember his face being there.
Thank you, Lara. I need to be going.
Тут пацана забрали. Нормальная тема. Я не удивлюсь, если это правда. Мне такое нравится.
Good day. Someone told me that you're a friend of Jonas's, the young cabin boy who's gone missing.
That's right, yeah. Are you looking for him?
Yes. Your captain asked me to go and find him.
Happy to hear he's taken the disappearance seriously. What can I do for you?
What do you think about Captain Vasco?
He's a damn good navigator, and an excellent leader of men. He knows his craft well, in spite of being so young.
How old is he?
He's not seen his 25th year yet. If he keeps it up, he'll be an admiral one day.
When did you last see him?
2 days ago, in the evening. We went to have a drink in the tavern. Jonas, Lauro, and myself.
Did anything seem out of the ordinary? Was he troubled?
Maybe a tad troubled. Like he was somewhere else.
Why would that be? Give me your best guess.
Boy, I haven't the faintest idea.
What does Jonas do in his free time, when you're on land?
He just hangs around here or there. You know the cabin boys don't have half a sailor's wages. And when evening comes, we usually go down the tavern with good old Lauro.
Did he ever have one too many?
Never. He sips his pint like it was bad medicine. One drink lasts him the whole night.
Does he know anyone in Serene?
No one, far as I know.
Do you think he could have made himself any enemies?
I wouldn't think that for a moment. Jonas has a good heart and he steers clear of trouble and troublemakers.
I don't know where to start with this. Do you have any idea?
No. Lauro won't stop telling anyone who will lend him an ear that the boy was carried off by thugs.
And you don't believe him?
I like Lauro, don't get me wrong, he's like a brother. But to be honest, he drinks a little more than he should. The itch for a drink gets us all, but to him more than others, and when you drink too much, the imagination wanders. Here, yesterday, it was me who tied one over, and I thought I heard Jonas's voice by the canal. I called back to him, as you guessed, but then nothing. Drink. It blurs the senses.
Блять, ну привидится, что человека спиздили, ну такое. Ладно, голос, хер с ним, поверю, можно услышать. Типа, ну чтобы, блять, привиделось, как чувака, блять, затаскивает или утаскивает куда-то. Ну, хуй знаю. Ремесло позволяет улучшать оружие и броню. Наука позволяет создавать зелья и ловушки. Чтобы работать в мастерской, нужно обладать определенными знаниями. Получить их можно несколькими способами. Развивать соответствующие таланты, пользуйтесь определенным снаряжением или помочь спутнику, чтобы получить бонус. Каждое очко таланта открывает новые рецепты. Для создания предметов вам понадобятся ингредиенты, которые можно найти либо купить. В игре GreedFall, как правило, каждое задание можно выполнить несколькими способами. У Десарта всегда есть несколько вариантов действий. Пойти на хитрость, довериться интуиции, переубедить собеседника, подкупить его или создать нужные предметы в мастерской. Чтобы развить свои таланты, тратьте очки или выбирайте снаряжение, дающие бонусы. Если враг оказался несговорчивым, его можно запугать или убить в бою. Nice тема, блядь.
Tavern keeper. I see you're back. Can I pour you something this time?
I'm looking for my cousin. His name is Constantine. I believe he was intent on celebrating his departure last night.
There was indeed a party here last night, but it ended badly.
Whatever do you mean?
A brawl broke out. My tavern was shattered, and no one's paid for the damages.
I'm sorry. Amongst the rebel rousers, did there happen to be a young man? 20 years of age. Hair down to his neck, light brown, blue eyes. Quite the talker.
I don't believe it. Of course he was there. He's the man that started the fight. I hope you've come to reimburse me. Don't count on me to help you if that's not the case.
Сука.
What kind of damage are we talking about exactly?
A good half of my furniture was broken into firewood. I piled up the lot over there.
Let me take a look. Perhaps it can be repaired.
If you can fix it, I'd be obliged. If not, you'll need to pay.
That's not a small sum. I need to think about my...
Oh, the father has forgotten to give his son...
I need to
Хули
be off.
выебываешься, блядь?
Farewell.
Goodbye.
Говорит, у папочки, блядь, расходы попросить. Где эта мебель, блядь?
The furniture is in terrible condition. The fight must have been extremely violent.
It looks as if it's fixable. I've seen work. We'll need to build some metal dowels, but once done, we can make them like me.
And there you have it. You'd never guess they were once broken.
Все, сосать плюс лежать, блядь, починено.
Well then, were you able to repair it all?
Yes, just like new. Or nearly.
That does indeed look like fine work. You know what you're doing.
I would hope. Can you tell me where I can find my cousin now?
Your cousin is either a very bad joker or a right good fool. He went and insulted a band of ruffians from the lower boroughs. Dangerous fellows. They've a storehouse they operate out of a few streets from here.
What kind of business do they run?
Several, actually, and they're all illegal and profitable. But you didn't hear that from me. In any case, if you were set on recovering your cousin, I would hurry if I were you. They're not the tender sorts.
Thank you for the information.
Off with ya. Get him out of whatever mess he's got himself into. Seemed like a courageous fellow. Who could down his pint. Anything else?
Да, еще Юнга.
I'm looking for a Naut. A young cabin boy who's been missing roll call for 2 days now.
A Naut, you say? That's not a lot to go on. There are quite a few that come to my tavern.
According to one of his fellows, he would have been taken right here.
A kidnapping? In my establishment? You surely jest. Or at least I hope you do. I would have noticed. That doesn't hold water.
Someone told me about one
Похитили-то,
of your
блядь, на
faithful
улице, а не в
clients.
заведении.
A big gambler, it would seem.
I see. An able-bodied man. Passes his time lightening the pouches of sailors coming through.
Where might I find him at this time?
Here? He would never give away his chair at his table. Anything else?
I need to be off. Farewell.
Goodbye.
Ты что ли?
Who are you? I don't recognize you. Am I in your debt?
No. Have no fear about that. It's for a different reason that I am here.
Ебать, в нем меч.
I'm looking
Ты
for a
видел?
Naut that disappeared 2 days ago. After visiting this establishment. A young cabin boy.
Идет, залипает на заднем фоне.
Yes, that does ring a bell. I've played with the three of them.
What can you tell me about the... How was...
As if he was worried about something. Didn't feel like playing, that I remember. And he must have been right to be nervous, if he's disappeared.
Tell me what happened that evening.
A rich merchant came in, with a band of strong arms. The kind of men you can round up for a few coins, if you catch my drift. They exchanged words with the cabin boy. The kid was defensive, not sitting pretty. And then they finally left.
And after that?
It just so happens that I did go out for a breather. I needed some fresh air. And I think I might well have seen those same men grab him. But that was none of my business. I wouldn't have thought that they were kidnapping him if that's what it was. They weren't particularly rough with him.
Who was the rich merchant, do you think? A jilted lover? A moneylender?
No, sir. You are in luck. It so happens that I know the man. It was Sir Fontaine, that merchant.
Where can I find him?
He has a house in the wealthy boroughs, just off the canal. A stone's throw from the Thélème embassy.
Thank you. You've been immensely helpful.
This man is completely owned by his love for the game. Do you think we can trust him?
What would he gain from lying?
I have no idea. But what would any wealthy merchant gain from holding a penniless child?
Может, он его сучкой своей захотел сделать. Всякое может быть.
Might I help you, sir?
I would like to have a word with Sir Fontaine.
He is absent, but the lady of the house could certainly receive you. Enter, please.
Oh, I know you. I've seen you at court. You are Lord de Sade. And to what do I owe the honor of your visit, Excellency?
I would like to have a word with your husband.
He is not here, but perhaps I could be of help.
It concerns a delicate matter. We're looking for a missing cabin boy. According to witnesses, he had an argument with your husband before being taken.
I see. I am afraid that you have been misled. You seem to have come to the wrong conclusion. The cabin boy you speak of was not
Его
taken.
отправили
He
отрабатывать,
has
что ли?
simply returned home.
Excuse me, but I'm not sure I understand.
Вернулся
Don't you
домой.
see, Your Excellency? We got our son back.
I'm very
Кого?
surprised. Several witnesses confirmed that your son had a fight with your husband, and that his men escorted him from the tavern using force. If he had joined your husband willingly...
Witnesses? In a tavern? And you choose to believe these drunkards over a respectable family?
Да.
These witnesses are all in agreement, and it's their testimonies that have led me to your doorstep.
My son was probably shocked to have found us. My husband and the other men might have simply had to carry him.
Пиздит.
A gesture that your drunkards must have misunderstood.
What was your son doing on a Naut ship? Why would they have taken him?
It is what they do. Through pacts and contracts, they steal away young children from their mothers.
What are you talking about?
I would have thought that a legate would know these things. But it is true that you are young and inexperienced. It seems that you have been protected from the turpitudes of our own nation and their terrible ally. This horrible, constant ransoming that they put us through. But I will not say another word.
Что-то
You will
она
have
меня
no
это...
trouble verifying the details now that you know what to look for.
Where might I find your son now?
I cannot say, Excellency. You must understand why.
Нет, не
Until the
понимаю.
Nords have set sail, we live in fear they will take him back from us.
This pact. It sounds like some fear-inducing story.
The Nords wouldn't be the first to recruit through dubious means.
Excuse me, madam, but I haven't quite...
If you would be so courteous, I would like you to leave.
А, ну.
With respect, my lady.
Очень подозрительно. Его никто не держал. Его прям сильно никто не ищет. Если бы он хотел уйти, уже давно ушел. И они готовы и без него спокойно отплыть. То есть, ну, бросить его. Очень подозрительно как-то.
So, you still haven't found your cousin? As you well know, we cannot leave without him.
Have no fear. I will bring him back in time to make our scheduled departure. Is everything ready?
I'm still without news of my cabin boy, but we will have to do without.
I spoke with a woman who told me she was the mother of the cabin boy. She claims that her son was taken from her.
Taken? Her son is sea-gifted. His parents were required to give him up to honor the terms of a contract.
A contract? But what kind of contract are we speaking of?
A commercial contract. In exchange for services rendered by the Nords, some families cede more than gold. In some cases, nations even trade some of their subjects before they're born. I wouldn't be able to tell you the condition of Jonas's contract. I didn't even know he was originally from Serene. But what I can tell you is the young man hasn't seen his parents since he was a small child. And ever since, he's been a Nord. Our ships are his home. We are his only family.
Be back soon, Captain.
You see anyone else who might be able to help us? Anyone who's not a Nord?
Sir de Corsillion's a veritable well of scientific knowledge. He could tell us a little more.
But I still don't see Constantine at your side. I hope he...
Don't worry. We'll...
I certainly hope so.
I've had a word with Lady Fontaine. You must know her. That rich family that lives near the docks. She told me a strange story about her son who was a cabin boy on our ship. She said that he was taken when he was a child due to some contract with the Nords.
Who was a cabin boy? Do you mean he's no longer one?
They took him back to bring him home.
Well, that is very unpleasant news to Sade. We need to do all we can to bring the boy back to his ship. Since time immemorial, there has always been a certain price to pay for the services of the Nords. Children born on their ships belong to them. It's the rule of the sea. But certain contracts are so important that they also require children to be offered in exchange. From time to time, the congregation has passed such accord, and certain noble families had to give their children up.
Are you telling me that the Fontaines lost their son because of some agreement signed between my uncle and the North?
No. That pact ended a long time ago. This cabin boy couldn't have been a part of that contract. But Sir Fontaine has made a fortune trading with the Alliance, via ships.
Do you mean he would have offered up his own son in exchange for wealth?
Well, he probably did it before the birth of the child, and regretted it afterwards. But that is of little importance. What counts most is that you bring the boy back to the Nords as quickly as possible. Breaking a contract with the seafarers has always cost us dearly. Our nation could feel it in its coffers.
I will do my best.
A father selling his own son for a few boat rides. For ugly, that is ugly.
Lady Fontaine didn't seem to have any knowledge of that detail. That could be of use to us.
Бля, ну, я готов его оставить, если он сам этого захочет. Неумело написанная записка. Родственники богатея, который сам напросился на неприятности. Он у нас, и мы его убьем, если не получим большой выкуп. Тащите туго набитый кошелек в переулок на юге в квартале старых складов. Че я принесу кошелек? Это наш дурачок, походу. Мадемуазель, мы не закончили наш разговор.
Excuse me, madam, but I haven't quite finished my inquiry.
If you would be so courteous.
Come on now, stop lying. Jonas was taken away by force against his will by armed men.
That is not true. Completely false. He...
Enough! With every word, you are a step closer to a prison cell.
Prison? But what would be the charges?
Kidnapping. Whether Jonas is your son or not, he is a naught that you kidnapped and locked up. In the eyes of the prince, you have committed a crime that puts the interests of the congregation at great risk.
I beg of you, Your Excellency. Have mercy on a poor mother who is looking only to recover her child. We didn't kidnap our own son. And if you need to speak with him to be convinced, please do. He's in our warehouse, near the Coin Guard Plaza, next to the canal. I am certain that once you have heard his account, you will see the tragedy in our predicament and help us.
I regret threatening that woman.
You didn't have a choice. She was lying, and we need to find that boy.
Слушай, мне интересно, ладно. Допустим, мы не будем ей угрожать, сразу пойдем туда. Можно же так, да? Тут же несколькими путями все это делается. Вторая, пропусти, курва. Как сделать метку? О. Да? Хуй. Вот так. Хорошо.
Greenblood, do you need something?
I wondered if you ever felt lonely.
I always do. Why, do you want to rectify this?
I hope to have kept you good company for all these years. After all, we were always together.
And I valued your friendship. But I thought you were referring to another kind of company. And to be honest, you and Constantine aren't exactly my type. Anything else?
I must leave you.
Кого? Вы мне, блядь, этим тут это... Не пиздите.
Here we are. Be careful. Fontaine won't be alone. He'll have his henchmen with him.
Let's just try to remain discreet.
So Desade, what are you doing here?
I've come looking for your son. The Naughts are worried about his disappearance.
Those Naughts took him from us, but now we've got him back, and he'll be staying with us.
Would you be so kind as to hear what I have to say, Sir Fontaine? You've taken your son against his will and have him locked up like merchandise in a warehouse. Is that what you call being a good father?
If I hadn't taken him back, he would have been hauled off on one of the cursed ships.
If that's what he wants, then why would you want to stop him?
For his mother. She misses him so. But in the end, you may be right. My boy has changed. He hasn't spoken a word to me since we've been in this precarious predicament.
Very well. Take the key and take him away.
Cursed be the day I delivered my son unto the Nauts.
All children leave the nest one day or another, sir. Farewell.
Какие у вас сложные помещения тут.
Who are you?
My name is de Sardet. I am legate of the congregation. Your captain has sent me to find you.
And were you able to convince my father to allow me to go free?
Yes. Even if I had to bend his arm a little.
That doesn't surprise me. He seemed to have no intention of changing his mind. I feel more sorry for my mother. She seemed so sweet and happy to see me.
You don't seem to be all that close to your parents.
I hadn't seen them since I was 5 years old. I barely remember them. They find me, capture me, and lock me up in this warehouse. Hard to grow close after all that. My family is the Nauts. I am sorry for my parents, but that is the way of it now. Can I go home?
Yes. You should still go and say farewell to your mother. Then find your way to the ship. I'll see you there. It's not possible just now.
Ну, типа, как я и был уверен, он явно сам не хотел оставаться здесь. Здорово, пацаны, чё у вас тут так тесно?
Have any idea how to get in there without being noticed?
Let's take a look around the building. We might find a less conspicuous entrance.
If you wore a Naut uniform and you were able to keep your mark hidden from them, they might let us in, unless we just offered them a drink. These sailors rarely refuse one.
I see where this is headed. If we drop a little soporific in their glasses, the way will be clear. I'll just need to find the proper ingredients, but it's doable.
Where is the manifest to be found?
I've already been to the port authorities. They keep the official documents upstairs.
А, так я уже в их форме. Все ясно. Ай, блядь, дверь.
Here's the ship's manifest. We only need to add our merchandise to the list.
Ключ от тюрьмы в порту. И кто, интересно, у нас в тюрьме должен быть? Где я вообще стырил эту кофту?
Hello? What can I do for you?
We're the relay. You're dismissed.
Finally! We were starting to grow moss. Courage, me hearties. The path is clear. We should notify the men. They need all the time they can get.
Грузчик, грузчик, парень работящий. Не сует, не плачет. Туру-туру-ту-ту, туру-туру-ту. Дедова.
Captain, sir, we were given orders to wait here with the merchandise.
The way is clear. It's time to get going.
Do your best to be quick and quiet about it. You won't have much time to move it.
Don't you be worrying now. We're off.
The warehouse is at the end to the right there. You can't miss it.
Move out. Quick steps.
Sir, you still haven't found your cousin?
Have no fear. I will bring him back.
My cabin boy, Jonas, is back on ship. I have you to thank, I imagine.
You do. It's a rather sad affair, and though solved, leaves a broken family behind.
All we can do is plot a course. No one tells the wind what to do. I do thank you. I didn't think you'd go to so much trouble for a cabin boy. Your actions bring you honor.
Be back soon, Captain.
Странно, почему он не отмечается квестом.
So you're back. Right then. What about our business?
We can guarantee that your merchandise will leave with us.
Thank you, Your Excellency. And bravo, Kurt. The commander will be most pleased.
The cargo shall make the voyage. But who will be at its reception once it's arrived?
That shall be your next mission. Once you've reached New Serene, go and find the quartermaster. He will give you new instructions. Until then, I wish you a safe and pleasant voyage, Your Excellency. Kurt, good luck.
Говорю, наебщик какой-то. Интересно, кстати, сохранки. Ага, перезаписывает, все хорошо. Там могут плодиться.
Good day, Excellency.
Sir de Sade, to what do I owe the pleasure?
I have come to inform you that my cousin Constantine and I are departing for Tirfredi on the hour.
Ah, yes. I did indeed hear talk that you had both received callings of greater stature. Allow me to congratulate you. Were you not named legate of the congregation?
You are correct, Excellency. I thank you.
It is a station of great honor that I am sure you will fill with brio and panache. The Mother Cardinal Cornelia will be enchanted to work with you, and your cousin in the future. I only regret that your departure is so sudden.
Really?
To be entirely honest with you, I was hoping to solicit your help in a rather delicate matter.
Tell me more about it, and perhaps I can take care of your problem before my departure.
Very well. A small group of dangerous heretics has found refuge in Serene. We know that your uncle tolerates the presence of all pagans within the city walls. But these particular non-believers threaten the fragile harmony of this place. We would consider it a tremendous favor if you would arrest them and deliver them to our
Ведь
guard.
как же они заебали. Вот что первый посол урод конченый, что вот этот второй.
But I'm sure my uncle would hear your arguments. Why call on my intervention?
The prince would indeed give us his blessing, but it would take time. Far too much time. For according to our sources, these fugitives have already made contact with a smuggler to take them who knows where.
I see. You're hoping that I'll be able to do something before they make it to an enemy city. If your heretics are planning on boarding a ship, then they must be in the dockyards. I'll look into this and see what I can do.
Они уже собираются уезжать, но он все равно хочет, чтобы мы их поймали. Конченый.
It would be a pleasure. As you already know, our glorious nation is guided by our faith. We follow the teachings of Matthias, our founder and greatest prophet, and give thanks each day to the Luminous for having gifted us magic. The high dignitaries of Thélème are at the same time our spiritual guides, advocates, and grand mages.
I've heard say that dissensions have appeared recently in your nation.
Ah, you must certainly be speaking about the debates that have divided the Ordo Luminous and the more political orders. The Lord Luminous has an extremely pure vision of our faith and applies the words of our saint very strictly. But other, more
Open-minded factions exist within our nation. They believe that a less rigid dialectic would attract souls more readily to our faith. But their differences are purely theoretical, and do not threaten the cohesion of our nation, I assure you.
What's your point of view on the relations between our two nations?
As ambassador of Thélème, I can only rejoice at the mention of our commercial treaties. We appreciate as well the welcome that your uncle gave to our missionaries. Thanks to your support, more and more believers wander your lands. The congregation is our most precious ally. To be perfectly honest, we have only two complaints.
Первый это, скорее всего, вторые
That
эти
heresy
чуваки.
is tolerated, and that your treaties with
Да,
the
мы
Bridge
оставим Альянса.
Alliance are maintained.
How is Thélème faring on Tirfredi?
We built a marvelous city, San Mateus, on the western coast of the island. Did you know that certain historians believe that it might well have been the final resting place of our prophet? Our missionaries there are a multitude. Not a day passes without new islanders joining our sacred faith. Of course, there are certain pockets of resistance. There is talk of a demonic cult, disgusting creatures. But I am confident that the Ordo Luminous will be able to put an end to these horrors. And we have tremendous hopes that the entire native population will join our ranks.
How goes the conflict with the Bridge Alliance?
Your territory is, alas, the only one that has been spared from the ravages of war on the continent. We fight on every front. Without great success, one must say. But what other choice do we have? These so-called savants not only refuse the light, but are determined in their fight against it.
And on Tirfredi?
To my knowledge, no one has yet seen any serious fighting. The Bridge have succeeded in provoking the natives there, and have their hands full keeping them at bay. Which leaves us greater latitude to settle peacefully and pursue our mission of conversion.
I must be going. Farewell, Excellency.
May the light guide
Привет.
you, Desade.
Так, контрабандистов нужно найти. Бля, прости, пожалуйста.
Sir, you still haven't found your cousin. As you well know, we cannot leave without...
Have no fear. I will bring... Have you seen anyone wandering about? Suspicious looking. Maybe clandestine passengers?
Take a look around. There are far too many comings and goings to spot possible stowaways. As long as they don't try and get on my ship, I pay no attention to them. That said, we did catch ourselves a smuggler just a while ago.
A smuggler? Maybe he could be of some use. Where could I find
Но
him?
мне пока тоже
In the
очень
port
нравится.
jails, not far from the warehouses.
Правда, еще в самом начале.
I ask you, why the sudden interest in smugglers and the odd stowaway?
A couple of heretics are planning on leaving Serene. The ambassador of Thélème has entrusted me with the job of capturing them.
Happy to see that you trust me enough to seek my counsel in the affair. Just so happens that I heard someone talking about the couple. The Cardinal's men are far from discreet. They're making quite some ruckus, asking to search our warehouses. We, of course, refused entry. Only the Norbs have access. I'm sorry, Your Excellency, but I'm certain your potential stowaways aren't far. But we won't allow you to make a search to grab them. Not officially, at least.
What do you mean?
That discretion and malice are often more useful than titles and words.
Be back soon, Captain.
We need to have a word with that people smuggler the sailor mentioned.
He's a captain, Kurt, like yourself. And in order to interrogate the smuggler, we'll need to find a way into his jail.
Пробраться в тюрьму. У меня уже есть ключи. Я их забрал с другого склада. Я в их форме, так что они меня сейчас никак не заподозрят. Здесь, да, тюрьма? Ну да, я так и думал.
I've seen a few escapes in my time, but I never thought I'd see someone go to all this trouble to break into a prison.
Ну, бюджет это...
Are you the smuggler? You snuck yourself in here just to ask me that question.
Да много в каких играх
This is some sort of trick to get
бывает, что не достает.
crime. You are truly twisted.
You can see for yourself that I'm no Nord. Come now. Are you the one I'm looking for?
I'm already locked up. What more do I risk?
Даже со скромным бюджетом можно и хорошие игры сделать, так что
But I'm not the only one in this city.
это не всегда является оправданием.
They're trying to leave the city discreetly. Have they contacted you?
You certainly can't imagine I'm going to answer you without getting something in exchange. I don't really think of my clients as kin, but I'd never betray any of them for free.
A real saint you are. How about your freedom in exchange for your loyalty? Tell me where I can find them and I'll open this cage.
That works for me. Your two Telemites are hidden in a warehouse behind this very prison. They must be waiting for me, but you might want to be quick about it. If the Nauts get their hands on them, they'll find themselves in this same cage.
Thank you.
Anytime. And these doors? You're gonna open them, right? Thank you, my lord. And don't worry about me. I'll slip outside without being seen.
It's blocked.
Who is there?
May the Illuminated save us. Did the smuggler send you?
The man to which you are referring was arrested and thrown into prison, but revealed to me your hiding place.
Oh, the traitor!
Have you come to deliver us to the Inquisition then? Please, please, have pity on our souls. We have committed no crime. We are not heretics. We are nothing more than historians.
In that case, why is the ambassador of Teleme so concerned about your teachings? Why is the Inquisition looking for you, and why are you hiding?
Our only error was wanting to publish our work.
It's true. We presented our research, but it didn't please the censor. And here you have the result.
We fled all the way to Serene, thinking we would be safe. But the Inquisition wants to silence us so badly that they followed us here.
Что за книга?
Tell me more about your research. What about it is so horrifying that it would provoke such a fuss?
Our work concerned the teachings of St. Lucius.
The disciple of Saint Matthias. The one who returned to Teleme after traveling with his master.
The very same. His writing was carefully preserved, but never seriously studied.
With the discovery of Teofredi, we thought it crucial to take a look at the original text. We wanted to verify if this island could have been the faraway place that he spoke of. The Eden of Saint Matthias.
And? What did you find?
Teofredi is without any doubt the land that our Saint Matthias and his disciples went to. But the text that we discovered was radically different from what we expected.
In the original text, Saint Lucius doesn't speak of an Eden, of the paradise of the illuminated. He speaks of a that came from the depths of the earth, which convinced Saint Matthias to stay there.
It was written in black and white, and there is no doubt about it. The original was written in Lucius's own hand.
I understand now what that text has cost you. This voice from the depths sounds more the power of a demon than a saint.
The sacred texts are always difficult to
Спасибо
interpret,
за подписку.
but what is written is written.
Интересные у них тут книги. Конечно, за такое, да. Могут и Инквизиция поймать.
We were hoping to reach Al-Sad. The Inquisition won't chase us into the den of their enemies.
Our research won't interest the Bridge Alliance, or at least I doubt it. But at least we'll be safe.
By entering Al-Sad as clandestines, you risk being taken for spies.
That would be better than being burned at the stake.
Единственная проблема, что я смотрю, что я закрываю субтитры. Это очень неприятно. Так. А если я чуть-чуть себя передвину? Ой, тут много чего надо делать. Ладно. Так. Хорошо, сейчас попробуем настроить. Сейчас договорим с ними.
Did you try speaking with the sensors? You could forget what you have discovered, perhaps.
Oh, we have signed already an abjugation stating that we misunderstood the sacred texts of St. Lucius. We were even ready to say that we had never seen the true text, or anything else that would have pleased them.
Их вообще не прощают.
It's our lives they are
Да, они уже хотят их смерти.
Well, you have no other choice but to run and seek refuge in enemy territories.
I beg of you, please do not deliver us to them. Let us continue on
Не,
this
я их
path.
100% сдавать не буду.
I could have a word with the good Dr. Sahin, the ambassador of the Bridge Alliance. If he can be persuaded to offer you asylum, you would be saved.
Your goodness honors you. May the illuminated forever
Не,
light your
их
path.
сдавать просто так
If I
нельзя.
manage to convince the ambassador, you'll need to refrain from that sort of blessing. Stay here. I'll be back.
Правда, возможно, из-за этого я немножко поднасру. И тем, то, что... Так, мне, кстати, надо как в бой. Во. Войти в бой. И... Угу. И вот так. Думаю, если я как-то вот так залечу, да, ничего страшного. Вот так вот. И прям в прямом эфире, конечно. Но что поделать. Ту-ту-ту. Ник, не будет видно, конечно, этот хпшка союзника, но не суть важно. Уж лучше субтитры увидеть. Ну, блин, вот эти вот еретики, то, что они вот это начинают, что вера, что тот, конечно, чувака пытался поймать, потому что он просто ему мешал. Что этот? Я таких не очень люблю, я бы, была бы моя воля, я бы их вообще обоих нахер выгнал. Но тут уже торговые соглашения, вот это все, приходится с чем-то мириться. Вот. Ну, что поделать.
Your Excellency.
Lord de Sade.
I would like to talk to you about a rather delicate matter.
I am listening.
A couple of historians have made a recent discovery concerning Mateus. the founder of the mythical Telema.
Не, ну открытие они,
And it
конечно, нормально
seems
такое
that this is
нашли.
not to the liking of the illuminated, or at least his more fervent subjects.
These sinister hypocrites are going to want to burn them at the stake.
Without a doubt. And that's why these poor people are begging you to offer them asylum.
We are willing. Where are they to be found at this time?
At the port of Serene. They were hoping to stow away discreetly on a vessel to Al-Sad.
Very well. I shall send an escort immediately to take them somewhere
Ну,
safe.
хоть так. Говорить с историками. Вернуться. Угу.
Goodbye, Lord de Sade.
Это хорошо, что я с этим отношения не попортил.
We are eternally grateful.
It was nothing. I hope you won't have too much difficulty adapting.
Хотя мне кажется, чтобы поднасрать тем вторым, он бы все равно бы согласился. Чьи там деньги? 8 золотых.
It'll be the end of you, but that doesn't bother me. I wouldn't have wanted those poor buggers to end up on a burning pyre.
It would seem that I'm not the only one with a tender heart.
А, надо сдать квест. Что только будем говорить этим еретикам? Точнее, не еретикам, а верующим. Еретики-то те, получается. Опа. Сказать, что они скрылись, сбежали. Да что ж ты?
Good day, Excellency.
Sir de Sade, to what do I owe the pleasure?
It pains me to inform you that the heretics you seek have fled.
Curse them! How could that possibly have happened?
Alas, these renegades have found protection with the ambassador of the Bridge Alliance. I would not have been able to capture them without risking a diplomatic incident that my uncle would have condemned.
The bridge. I thought as much. Those heretics have turned to them. But I had hoped that you might intervene quickly enough to stop them. It is truly regrettable. We have nothing else to do but pray that the Luminous might shield us from their lies.
I must be going. Farewell, Excellency.
May the light guide you, de Sade.
Так, чё по репе? По репутации у нас... Да, даже что я с этими все в плюс иду, все равно подозрительное. Интересно. Ладно. Че, остался квест главный? Так, правильно, да, я... Дополнительный основ... Груз это уже там. Ну да, все, надо найти брата. Опа. Нычечка. А мага? Я очень не люблю играть за милишников. Не знаю, как-то так сложилось с самого начала. Инженер тоже меня сильно не привлек, поэтому я взял мага. И мне кажется, я не зря его взял, потому что на максимальной сложности драться в ближнем бою немножко опасно. Меня уже тут пару раз в начале постреляли, буквально 1-2 пули, и ты отлетаешь. Не очень приятно. Вот. Ну вот, я так тоже сейчас предположил, уже немножко поиграв в игру, что сделал верное решение. Тем более, мне они больше привлекают.
That vulture of a tavern master was right. It is Constantine's voice. It's coming from the floor above.
It sounds as if he's locked up.
And I have a feeling they're expecting company. Be careful. The slightest itchy word to these brutes will have them drawing blades to scratch it.
Negotiation may be the solution. As you say, this breed of brutes won't spit on ransom money.
Интересно, сколько бабок
What a waste.
запросят.
I'd rather sneak around them than give half a coin to these seedy fellows.
Тут я тоже согласен, не очень бы я хотел отдавать бабки каким-то левым чувакам. В обход что может быть? Что снизу? А вот и обход.
It's blocked. It's not possible just now.
На руки. И стихийная ловушка. А у нас ловушки какие-то ж есть. То есть она как бы есть, но юзнуть ее я без науки не смогу. Типа такая тема, да? Да. Ясно. Ну ладно. И другого варианта тоже нет, да? А что-то немножко не понял, где вход. Опа! Обнаружение врагом. Когда персонаж передвигает скрытно, подходит слишком близко к врагам, над их головами появляются индикаторы обнаружения. Если вас заметят, начнет заполняться. Когда он заполнится, вас сочтут врагом и начнут бой. Индикаторы 2. Состояние подозрительный и обнаруженный.
Posters we posted, someone with deep pockets will show up sooner or later to liberate the rooster. He's making a great deal of noise. We could knock him out or gag him.
А что, дипломатия уже тут не поможет, да? Карабкаться можно как-нибудь? И чё? Вот оно что. Тихо, ты не... Блять, увидел. Не, подожди. Хочу по стелс. Как он меня так спалил? Блин, мне кажется, он союзника палит. Вот мне вот еще непонятно вот тут, да, тема. Потому что союзник меня уже подводил пару раз, скажись. Где он там? Стоит, блядь. Блядь, ну и что ты ходишь туда-сюда? Здесь таких приколов вот с таким хождением очень много, особенно в заставках. Вот что с ней? Она сломалась? Мать, блядь. Ну, это нечестно. Я считаю, что так нечестно делать. Блять, я тебе эту ногу выбью. Ты смотри, что она делает. Ясно. Оба. Текстуры исчезли. А, да? А его убили или он это так полежит, да, отдохнет? Ясно. Угу. Ну ладно, зато я проверил, что будет с союзником, когда он умрет. Ну, я когда брал игру, так, ну, точнее, раньше еще, когда думал брать игру, глядел обзоры, и там тоже говорили, что таких багов бывает. Что есть даже такой баг, типа, знаешь, где нужно пройти миссию скрытно в стелсе. Даже если ты никого не убил и скрытно прошел, у тебя может, типа, финальный этот разговор звучать так, будто ты проебался, типа, и тебя спалили. Даже такие баги бывают. Так что, ну, такой мелочь, как бы, можно и не смотреть на нее, на такую мелочь. Что там, перс какой-то ходит, багается, еще что-то. Ладно, это все равно бандиты, их не жалко, я бы их и так убил. Ключ от камеры. Мне кажется, она все-таки союзника спалила. Потому что я-то вроде успел отойти. Следовательно, значит, на стелс-миссии лучше ходить одному.
Riches to expedite, and a demanding father to grace. Constantine, it's me! My dear cousin! Oh, my lucky star! Always there to pull me out of my fights.
I do what I can. We're departing soon. Your father wasn't pleased by your absence this morning.
Have you ever seen him happy about anything when it comes to me? You know what he thinks of me. He cares about you, I know that. He appointed you governor, didn't he? He is ridding himself of a source of constant disappointment. Enough said. Today we set sail for adventure.
Че за челленджи? типа какие-то испытания? Я еще пока не видел никаких испытаний.
If you only knew how these river scum treated. Do me a courtesy, good cousin. Now that we stand boldly alongside the brave Kurt, let's give them their money's worth.
There's no one left to pay, Your Highness. The brave Kurt and your cousin have already settled the book.
Really now?
Да, они о чем-то говорят.
I would have loved to have seen that. We've nothing left to do then than to board our ship. An adventure awaits us at the end of the street.
Речь на каком? На экстремале. А у нас что стоит? А, ну вот как раз экстремальная. Ну, значит будет впереди. А, именно боевка. Такие типа челленджи. Ну, надеюсь, да, что... Ну, видишь, если бы сейчас дальники еще какие-то были, было бы тяжело, да? А, допустим, вот против милишников за мага пока, ну, не так сложно. Вот, но там, говорят, какие-то монстры должны быть. Ну, типа, это в игре. Кто-то рассказывал, что на острове какие-то монстры с этого, блядь, с дома ростом. Не знаю, насколько это правда. Типа, что мы на очень опасный остров так-то едем. Жалко, хп не восстанавливаются сами по себе. Босс-файты даже есть. Забавно, наверное. Угу. Соусы я не люблю, потому что, да, слишком жопа горит. Надеюсь, конечно, здесь так у меня гореть не будет.
Constantine d'Orsay, future governor of Tir Fredi. I'm enchanted, Captain. I am eager to board your ship.
Enchanted as well, Your Highness. I hope you enjoy your voyage.
Are you ready? Can we weigh anchor?
We should be able to set sail with the tide, as agreed upon.
Ну все, получается, мы здесь квесты-то все выполнили. Можно проситься на борт.
Certainly, but keep in mind that we'll be at sea for several months. If you have any farewells to make or any final business to put into order, now is the time.
Ну, так, чекну.
Then be quick with it. There isn't much time left before the tide.
Вроде, по-моему, с квестами больше ничего нет.
Be back soon, Captain.
Опа. Нет, все-таки был какой-то квест. Одежду найти. Мне кажется, или сундуки обновляются. Что-то я вроде бегал, собирал. И все равно какие-то сундуки есть. Ну да. Мне кажется, за воином бы мне тут это надавали. Ну, видишь, знаешь, с одной стороны, если бы я любил за воинов играть, то сложность бы мне сильно препятствием не было, потому что пришлось, ну, как-нибудь бы разобрались с ним. Вот. А так я просто самих воинов по себе не очень люблю. Я недавно, ну как недавно, уже очень давно, наверное, месяца 3-4 уже точно прошло. Проходил патологию вторую. Вот она достаточно сложненькая была. Вот. Поэтому после нее, мне кажется, уже это... Найдите одежду. И где она? После нее к сложности привыкаешь относительно, потому что приходится и перепроходить, и перезагружаться, и что-то там как-то делать. Я нашел, блядь, одежду или нет? В чем проблема? Инвентарь. Тебе надо было это? Все, понял. Зря только обратно бежал. Ну ладно. Так, ну теперь-то по квестам точно все. Это уже там. Да, все. Погнали тогда. Наконец-то уедем со стартовой локации.
So, are you ready? Can we weigh anchor?
We should be able to...
Permission to board the ship.
Certainly. Do you have any farewells to make or any final...
No, my house is in order. We are ready to embark.
Perfect. Follow me.
I am so eager to discover Tear Freddy. My isle. My new city.
You'll need to arm yourself with patience. The voyage will be long. I've been told the trip lasts
Несколько месяцев лететь.
And they say the place is full of gigantic creatures. As big as buildings.
That's right. I heard a rumor the Nords even brought one back in one of their ships.
I doubt that. The Norts are strange, but they're not idiots.
Ну да, там приходится много зачем следить, фармить, то есть там, ну, таскать. Не очень приятная тема, да, тоже. Но сама игрушка очень интересная. Вот по сюжету прям вообще бомба. Я прошел на 2 концовки, и мне очень понравилось.
Those conniving, pista-stilling, bridge-building liars. The creature was supposed to be out for days. They'll pay for it.
What the hell manner of cargo are you transporting?
Help! We need ropes!
Бля, надеюсь, не босс.
Come now. Let's lend them a hand.
Нихуя. Че это такое? Бля, брата же не минусанут, надеюсь. Да ладно, они съебутся, я один буду драться. Вернись, крыса, мы союзники. Бля, он кидается еще чем-то. Пошел, бубен. Ага. Мне кажется, против такого щит не очень поможет. Ой-ой-ой-ой! Одно попадание и все. А чё, крыса меня кинул, ты видел? Бля. Не сохранился.
So, are you ready? We should be.
Да, все, погнали.
Certainly. You have any fun?
No, my health.
Perfect.
I am so eager to discover Tir Fridee. My isle, my new city.
You'll need to arm yourself with patience. The voyage will be long. I've been told the trip lasts months.
And they say the place is full of gigantic...
The beast is awoken!
Those conniving, pista-stilling bridge building.
Да ёб твою дивизию. Ладно. Не-не, не думаю, что я долго буду с ним возиться. Не то. Ай-яй-яй, как меня вот бесит немножко вот эта тема с пробелом. То есть привычка, что у ворот на пробел осталась то ли с какой-то игры, то ли чё. Когда я хочу вернуться, я резко пробел нажимаю. А, с Реминанта. Недавно вот в Реминант играли. Тоже на максималке. И там как бы кувырок на пробел. Опять. Оба, а что, энергия-то не восстановилась, да? Прикольно. Да ё-моё. Ладно. Я думаю, если этот трей должен быть последним. А где-то я хпшку в начале опять потерял. Копье, что ли, словил? Да, это, по-моему, копье словил. Сука. Ладно. Хорошо. Не буду спешить тогда. Как ты меня задел-то? Ля ты крыса. Не, ну так нечестно.
So eager to discover Tear Friddy.
Да как ты меня задел-то? 10 раз, блядь, получалось, а тут задел опять. Да не, зелье для это. Я жмот. Я использую зелье только когда прям припечет. А интересно, есть зелье магии? Вот зелье магии я бы, может, еще попользовался, потому что ждать, пока мана, блядь, восстановится, не очень.
And they say the place is full of gigantic creatures, as big as buildings.
That's right. I heard a rumor the Nauts even brought one back in one of their ships.
I doubt that. The Nauts are strange, but they're not idiots.
А как их назначить? Я что-то уже это... Через... Как назначать? Я что-то не понял. Тут же можно на быструю это назначить. Зелье магии. Нажимаю среднюю кнопку мыши. Что не происходит? Справку выбросить, вернуться. Господи, все. Зелья магии. Назначить на 9. Но юзать пока не будем. Попробуем все-таки без зелий. Я слишком много маны потратил на вот эту порчу. Ну, не порча, а что это? Обездвиживание. Паралич, вон, на паралич. Слишком много. Пропусти, пожалуйста. Я думал здесь как... Я думал здесь как в Dark Souls, типа в ногах можно крутиться у босса. Типа если он под себя не бьет, то урона не получишь. Ладно. Было бы забавно. Ты видел, как руку перепрыгнул? Столько маны сейчас улетело в никуда. Хорош. Не надо. Оба сына не бей. Ха-ха, сосать. Сколько? С пятой? С пятого? С шестого раза? Тихо, ты не стреляй, он уже это...
Greenblood, how do you fare?
Fine, fine. It is dead.
Are you wounded?
I'm well. Your lessons have proven effective.
I've never seen a beast this size. It's quite extraordinary.
Cousin, what a fight. You were illustrious.
I'm not of the
Они,
same
блядь, на
mind.
камеру стояли,
I had the
снимали.
feeling it was already weakened. I did nothing more than finish it off.
Your humility remains a constant. But believe me, that battle was absolutely epic.
Ну, обидно, да? Давайте его, блядь, на это... Разберем на части и продадим. Так, что там кристалл памяти? Чё? Ничего не прочитал. Забыл прочитать. Не увидел, ну ладно. Так, характеристики. Маны, конечно, можно увеличить. Длительность действия заклинания. У меня пока нету никаких периодических. Я думаю, лучше увеличить урон. Талантом вроде ничего больше нету, ладно. Окей. Чё, погнали? Я так понимаю, этот корабль больше не поплывет. Это не наш корабль. Ну ладно.
Gentlemen. Your cousin's enthusiasm is most impressive.
And this journey is his long-awaited chance to prove his worth. He has a demanding father.
More likely he's just happy to be free of this hornet's nest.
I definitely know I am. That's certain.
Да, давай я тебе тоже. Приходи еще как-нибудь.
Stations, lads! Weigh anchor and ready her to wear. Lively now, lively! Catch me a wind!
Знаком черепа отвешены враги выше, чем я уровнем. Ладно, это знать. Охренеть, скала какая-то.
What a charming welcoming committee. Gentlemen, I am Constantine of House Orsay, your new governor. I have no idea what sort of ceremony you've prepared for my arrival, but I would gladly skip it, so... indeed, these are rather peculiar customs. I see, it seems you were quite intent on serving me a drink. Hello? Cat got your tongue, gentlemen? Would it be those annoying beaks?
I am truly sorry. These doctors should have shown a greater measure of courtesy. Thank you, dear doctors. Move along. Don't trouble the Nords. Pay no attention to them. Instead, just drink. The long voyages at sea require the appropriate treatment as soon as we land. According to our scientists, without fortifiers, you might catch your death, and that would be quite regrettable.
I should have chosen death. This concoction is liquid torture.
I would think that they would have warned you on the ship.
Not in the slightest. And you must be Lady Morange, my
Где я?
You are correct.
There you are. To your health.
А вот и я.
Ah, you got your dose of bile too. Allow me to present to you Lady Morange, and to you, my dear lady, my most trusted cousin. Where is the captain?
He seems to be preoccupied with some sort of admiral.
Indeed. Then I will have to thank him later for this most marvelous voyage. Excellency, lead me to the palace, I beg you. And, whenever possible, go by way of all the intriguing...
Дворца никакого и нет.
I am dying with impatience to discover this new city. My city!
Your Excellence! We must wait for our escort!
No need. Have no fear, for I am here to defend you, my lady.
I've been scullied.
How so?
My admiral laid me off.
My cousin was nonetheless delighted with your services. I hope there was no misunderstanding.
None, I'm sure of it. She just ordered me to give you any assistance you might need.
This request doesn't seem to please you.
Don't take offense, but it's not pleasant for a captain to abandon his ship. In any case, here I am at your service for a while.
О, двоих теперь можно таскать. Такое мне нравится.
Captain Reuben?
Aye, the man himself. To whom do I have the honor of speaking?
De Sade, legate of the merchant congregation. And I'm sure you know my companion.
Vasco. Oh, do not worry. The seahorse is in good hands.
I'm sure, Reuben.
What brings you here?
The Admiral told me that you were the new captain of the ship we arrived on.
The seahorse? Yes. It's an excellent ship and a good crew. But you did the crossing. You know it as well as me. Did you want to know anything else?
That'll be all, Captain. Thank you.
Только подошел, тыкнул. Я так понимаю, здесь сильно бродить без этого. Без квестов смысла нет.
I don't have the key.
Не знаю, есть ли смысл вот того, что я тоже бегаю, вот это все лутаю. Пока, допустим, мне вообще без разницы.
Are your boots worn through? Is your hat out of style? Does your... Excellency, welcome back to my modest shop. It is an immense honor for me to be of service. What might I do for you?
Where do your products come from?
Most of the products that I sell are made in our beautiful nation. Clothing, boots, hats, all from our own craftsmen, with extraordinary workmanship. Ah, you have certainly noticed the blue in our linings. That is impossible to imitate, and we alone have the secret. Of course, we do ship in some foreign merchandise, most of which comes from Alsand. They are also extremely fond of blue, which makes our trading easier.
How has trade been here? You seem a little off the beaten track.
It is true that we are far from the continent, but we trade a great deal with the other cities on the island. And believe me, to keep our stocks replenished, we take advantage of every ship, no matter its origin. It did take us a while to get things set up properly. We had to convince the Nords not to take advantage of the situation, which was no easy task, and to persuade our associates from other nations that they would also benefit from the trade. But in the end, we are all making profit, for the greatest satisfaction of our clientele.
How is business in general?
I can't really complain. The advantage of selling a little of everything is that we always have buyers. I saw many of my fellow merchants forced to close because of the epidemic. And alas, I lost some really good customers. Practically friends. But those of us who remain need to continue to live. And to buy. And your noble presence here will bring me even more clients. Of that I'm certain.
Так, что он продает? О, синенькие. Ну, я если и возьму синенькое, то колечко. Ничего стоит? 385 гривен, ты шо? Не, я, конечно, возьму.
Thank you for your visit. See you soon.
Угу. Надо было с того чувака снять перчатки. Я не знаю, что у него там, с брата. Не знаю, что у него за перчатки были, надо было их стырить.
Come closer, good people. The cure
Не знаю, возможно, я зря купил за 385, ну, что поделать.
Atoy, Siens Radidau Quint. Dadagudach me in.
Attention, soldier!
Let me pass. I must see the chief of your village. Whatever could be so funny?
Now, who would you be to seek an audience with the governor?
I am Siora, daughter of Bladnid. My mother is Amal, the chief of our clan. I am here as an emissary of my people, and I must see your chief, your governor.
So you are a princess, then?
A what?
Let her pass! Your Majesty, I shall present you to the governor. Come.
Princess, Majesty, you are most confusing. But thank you for your help.
Иди погуляй, короче. Интересно, могу ли я как-то группу формировать и распускать удаленно? Им качать не надо, ничего? Нет, только себе, наверное, могу. Курт. Да, только себе могу, ладно. Это хорошо. А, кристалл памяти, вот, сбросить навыки, что мне прилетело. Интересно. Походу, группу как-то по-другому нужно формировать и распускать.
There you are, dear cousin. What is this? Who is this amazing person in your company?
I am Siora, daughter of Bladnid, daughter of Meb. My mother is the Mal, the chief of our clan.
I am honored to make your acquaintance, Siora. This is incredible. You look so much alike you could be related. If you would allow me, Princess, I would like to confer a mission to my cousin. You need to visit the governors of the bridge and Teleme to give them my formal regards, that sort of thing, but also to discover what they've managed to learn. They've been here much longer than we have. Perhaps they've made some inroads to finding a cure for the Malachor.
Forgive me, Mal, but I have a request for you. My people needs your help.
I thought we might discuss matters together at leisure, but please, speak your piece.
The Lions, the Bridge Alliance and my people are at war. My mother has sent me to you in search of allies. I fear that without your help, our clan will suffer great horrors.
We have already lost so many souls.
This seems a sensible request. You know, though, we cannot go to war with our neighbors.
Perhaps there is a way to negotiate a ceasefire. The time to see things more clearly.
Excellent idea. I would be completely lost without you. Go and parley with, the Queen, dear cousin. Try and put an end to confrontations for the time being.
I will come with you. It will take more than one person to convince my mother to lay down our weapons.
Perfect. Take Kurt along with you and anyone you feel useful. I've been told that the roads are not safe. Safe travels, dear cousin. And watch out for yourself. I wouldn't want anything bad to happen to you.
Ля, братец, конечно.
Cousin, what can I do for you?
Отдай перчатки, блядь.
Any news of your parents?
No. With the time it takes to travel to the continent, it's not surprising. But I don't miss them. My father's next letter will certainly be full of his usual disdain. As for my mother, you know her. She's probably too busy planning her next assassination to have noticed my absence.
I'm going to leave now. Goodbye, Constantine.
Look out for yourself.
I don't have the key. I don't have the key.
Ключ от кабинета Константина. Это кабинет Константина.
I don't have the key.
Ясно.
Greenblood, there's something I would like to talk to you about.
I'm listening.
I recruited a young man for the guard a few months ago. Talented. Very talented. And honorable. I've been tracking his progress, and I learned that he's been sent to the barracks in New Serene. I would like you to meet him so that you can give me your opinion.
My opinion? On what?
Ever since our departure from Serene, I've spent nearly every second at your side. But I have clear standing orders to assure the protection of Constantine. And I don't know his guards. Not well, in any case.
I see. You've been thinking this recruit might be a suitable personal guard?
Precisely. And your opinion has weight. So then, would you like to accompany me to meet him?
But of course. Let's go.
Raina must be with the other recruits in the barracks.
I had thought you a lone wolf with only our good friend in your pack. But I was mistaken.
I am full of surprises, pretty she-wolf.
Anol Manawi, do you need something?
The first time you saw me, did you really think I was a native?
Aside from the way you dress, you resemble a native. I have never seen an Anol Manawi amongst the Renaigse before. Is it so surprising that I made this mistake?
No, I understand. And I hope that this singular appearance makes me more attractive to you.
Привлекательной.
Perhaps your difference wasn't merely physical, but your heart is evidently the heart of a Renaigse. Anything else?
I've never heard you talk about your father. Who was he?
He was the Donegad of our clan. He died many cycles ago, but this memory is still painful.
so we usually avoid the subject.
What happened to him?
He was killed as he tried to escape the lions who wanted to capture him. My mother never really recovered from it. This is one of the reasons why she decided to go to war. Anything else?
I must leave you. See you later.
Greenblood, do you need something?
Tell me about your family. Were your parents in the guard as well?
Yes. And to be truthful, I never knew them. I was entrusted to a wet nurse, a prostitute who followed the troops. I remember her. She was sweet and a good person. She may be the only one who showed me any kind of affection. But that didn't last. As soon as I could hold a wooden sword, I was given a real one and sent to training. Anything else?
Злой такой.
I must leave you.
Что это за домик за комната для Хэллоуина? Чё, какой-то квест где-то дает. Снизу.
Desade, do you have a moment? Thank you for coming. I know that you're very busy, but I need your help.
I'm listening, sir.
This island is vast, and we only know a tiny part of it. As you know, your uncle has asked me to draw maps to facilitate the merchant's travels. Alas, I'm slightly too old to be roaming the paths, setting up camps here and there. So I'd appreciate it if, as you travel, you mark the places you deem to be safe on your map.
Very well. I will take care of it, Professor.
Excellent. I knew I could count on you. One more thing. Do you remember that gigantic creature that you defeated in Serene? Bringing a specimen to the city was obviously not a good idea. An accident was inevitable. But according to my sources, there are others of them on this island, and your uncle wishes to know more about them. I know that a scholar of the Alliance, Professor Serafedin, has also taken an interest in these creatures. I tried to contact him, but apparently he disappeared during an expedition to study them. Naturally, I cannot ask you to rummage through the entire island looking for him, but if you can find any trace of him, his studies on these giant creatures could be immensely useful.
Very well. If I find anything out, I'll let you know.
The road to knowledge is long and difficult, but this is the price of wisdom, Desade.
Чит. Тайный ход. Ну, кто-то где-то рядом шуршит, понять не могу где. Библиотеку, кстати, забыл тут залутать.
Minister, Your Excellency, it is always an honor. How may I serve?
Там же бабки были. Ну ладно, не грабим, считай, ребенка.
I am tasked with advising Governor Constantine about business matters, and I make sure that all business contracts are established properly and are favorable to us. I am responsible for setting taxes on goods based on their value, among other things. It is an exciting job that requires the utmost care. Would you like anything else?
That'll be all.
Goodbye.
Ключ прислуги из дворца наместника. Последняя закрытая дверь была у нас на втором этаже. Если не ошибаюсь, вот дворец наместника. Вот тут. И либо здесь, либо там. Вот здесь, значит. Да. Вот он.
Your Excellency, such elegance. You really are honoring your uncle.
Ладно, понял, что это за ход. Так, ну, думаю, на этом, наверное, тогда закончим на сегодня. Сохранюсь. И продолжим уже в следующий раз. Всем удачи и всем пока.